Hi friends, Miss T here. So today we are going to be talking about the parts of a plant, okay? But before we start talking about the parts of a plant, okay, we are going to review our book that we read earlier in the week called Up, Down, and Around. Okay? So we're going to read that just to review to help us out. Okay. So we have up, down, and around. Okay. In the dirt, we'll dig a row, drop some seeds, and watch them grow. So remember we talked about those really tiny seeds? They're right there. They put them in the ground just like we did in our picture the other day. Okay, so they're planting seeds. Next. Dirt piles up. Seeds go down. So they're putting the seeds in. Water splashes around and around. Water everywhere. So remember, we need water for our plants so they can grow. Corn grows up. Okay, corn grows up. This is the corn right here. Corn. Carrots grow down. Okay, carrots are going down. Carrots are really yummy. Cucumbers climb around and around. You see some cucumbers in the picture. Peppers grow up. You have your peppers here. Potatoes grow down. Pumpkins vine around and around. Broccoli grows up. So here's the broccoli sprouts coming out. Beets grow down. So you would have to pull this up out of the grass. Okay, pull it right up. Green beans wind around and around. So you have green beans here and there. Okra grows up. Onions grow down. Tomatoes twine around and around. So let's see tomatoes here. Fresh and tasty, get a bunch. So they have a lot of veggies. They're very yummy vegetables. Pick some, pull some. They're picking them up, pulling them up. Let's have lunch. So everything that they grew in their garden, they're eating on their table. So they made a nice veggie stew here. That looks yummy. They have their corn that they grew. I see tomatoes, I see peppers, cucumbers, onions. Yep, so they grew all of this in their garden, so they're eating healthy. Okay, so now we're going to fill out our worksheet. Okay, that's going to help us label the parts of a plant, my friends. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do with this paper, and families, you can either print this paper out at home. If you don't have a printer, you can make this yourself. You can draw a flower and you can just label it just like that. I've done it that way too. First things first, I'm going to put my name on my paper. Okay. Miss T. Miss T put her name. Okay. So now let's label. So the 4 words that we have in our box, we have stem, leaves, flower, and roots. Okay. So, does anyone know what this part of the flower is? Correct. This is the flower part. This is the flower. Usually the pretty part that we see is the flower. So I'm going to write flower in there. I'll use a marker. Flower. Okay, so we use flower. Now we're going to cross it off our list. Okay. So next, let's look at these. Does anyone know what these two are? Very good. Leaves. Those are the leaves that are on the plant. Okay. So now let's write leaves. Alrighty. So next. So we didn't learn about these 2 things yet, but we can learn about them now. That's okay. So we have this here is called the stem. Okay. And that's usually connected. Well, let's wait a second. So this is the stem, and we're going to write that in. Stem. Okay. And then we're going to cross that off our list. So we only have 1 more word left, friends. So that must mean that down here are the roots. This is the root of the plant. This is where the plant gets all its food from. Okay. It'll pick up the good things from the ground, and which makes it into this really pretty flower. Okay. So the roots, we're going to put the roots there. Roots. So good job, my friends. You labeled 4 parts of the flower. Let's go over it again. This part here, the pretty part that we see is the flower. Okay. These 2 things here, they're usually green. Those are the leaves. Okay, we wrote leaves. This right here, this is where the water travels up from the root to get to the flower. Okay, that's the stem. The stem. And then we have our roots down here. Okay. Thank you, friends. Until next time.